leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Laughter Saves Lives
Live
here on Strong Island Television. We're in Paradise Studios in beautiful Massapequa, New York, right by the Long Island Railroad.
Yes.
The Long Island Railroad.
Long Island.
I am back. I've been away for 2 weeks. I missed being here.
Felt so much longer.
You hoped it was longer.
No, I didn't.
You hoped it was longer. Listen, my wife has not been alone with me for 10 days. I don't think we're married. She is so happy we're back. She is sick of me. I am so hard to go on vacation with.
I can't see that.
Because my idea of vacation is to do. I like to work out.
She wants to relax.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. She can relax. I get up like I was in Key Largo. I can't say Key Largo without singing this song. Hey, we had it all. Right? You know the song,
Yep.
right?
Just like
Yeah.
Bogey and
So up every morning, kayaking, watching the sun come up, watching the sun go down. I mean, it was an awesome trip.
that's great.
We were in a retirement community pretty much. That wasn't called that. It was condos, Airbnbs. Some of the people Airbnb out. And I'm sitting by the pool one day. There was 1 or 2 kids there, but I'm looking around. I'm going, man, this is what I thought Florida was going to be all about, right? You hear all the stories. People are in the pool with their foam exercise weights and they're doing things, right? And I look at my wife and I go, man, these people are old. And she goes, I got news for you. You're just as old as half of these people. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. You're right. But Roseanne, I try to keep in shape.
Well, that's good.
I do my best. I'm not a big workout guy, but I try to do something every day. And you work out a lot.
I do.
And you look fantastic.
Oh,
You do.
Thank
You look
you.
so good. So you are we are brought to you by the law firm of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. We have a new policy on the show. Because I'm supposed to say that first to respect our big sponsor, and John always gets too excited and doesn't. Now
So
Bobby
Butch just
throws it
puts it
in my
in.
face like, hey, basically it should say, hey, stupid, you forgot.
you
this
forgot the
again."
sponsor
Listen,
again.
It's only been 4 years. I'll get it.
You'll get it.
Well, that was me saying he's stupid. Just put it up there.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. Listen, then we went to I keep forgetting Fort Lauderdale Beach. That is a what do you call it? Spring
Spring break.
It's a spring break site from what I understand also. Listen, Fort Lauderdale Beach is expensive. We stayed in a fancy schmancy hotel because I had points, not because I could afford it.
Because I had points.
Now let me ask you what you would do.
That's definitely somebody of a certain age a quote. Because my mother is literally taking a vacation and all she's using is points.
Why not? Blow them out.
Points.
Yeah.
I don't have points.
Well, because
I have negative points.
But that's one of the advantages I had to teaching all over the country. I was allowed to accumulate the points personally, which was pretty cool.
Yes.
We went to San Diego right before COVID. Me, my wife, my daughter, airfare, hotel, all points. But I wanted to ask you this because I was thinking of you on my vacation, and my wife didn't like that. But I was thinking of you, and you're like a really together woman. You know what I mean? You got it all together.
Well,
Let's be honest.
thanks, smoke and mirrors.
Yes, but I talk about me tipping. Like I'm not tipping is an issue with me. So now I'm in this fancy hotel, not a fancy guy. And we get there, and the first thing is, here comes the bellhop guy out to the car.
Yep.
Now, $45 to park. We didn't have a car the first 2 days because I was too cheap. So we're on a beach. Why should I pay $45 and rent a car? We don't need it. So he comes out. Oh, can I take your bag, sir? And I'm like, no, I got him. You know, no. All right. My wife goes, let him take the bag. So he walks him inside. The room's not ready. I gave him what?
Would you give him 3?
No. I'm asking you, what should I have given him?
You give him a 5.
$10, Johnny L. Bada bing!
$10.
Fort Lauderdale
He
Beach.
didn't even bring him up to the room yet.
Here comes Johnny L. Bada bing! Right? So now my room's not ready. I just bada bing the guy, right?
And you got nothing.
Okay, so we go out to eat. Call me when my room's ready. Sure, Mr. LaRocchia. I love when they call me Mr. LaRocchia and not idiot. Like the normal hotels I stay with, I'm known as idiot, right?
Well,
So this was nice.
Those are motels.
Almost. So I now they call us the room ready. So we go up to the room and they bring the bags in. Who's bringing the bags up? The same freaking guy.
But
Do I gotta bada bing him again?
No, you already bada binged him once.
Well, guess what?
You bada
Johnny
binged him.
L. $10 more.
Wow, he was probably
You know what?
breaking his legs to help
I'm
you.
on vacation. I got it. But I was the only one that 3 days that we were there that I understood in the hotel that said to somebody who needed to be tipped, hey, can you break a 5? I was the only. There was nobody else, from what I understand, that used that phrase.
Well, let me tell you, we went to Italy a few years ago,
Yeah.
and they tell you don't tip in Italy. They
Oh,
don't
no?
do that there.
Okay.
But we felt bad. You know,
Right.
we're used to
Right.
tipping.
You're Americans.
So-
man.
We tipped the guy in the hotel.
Did they like that?
Let me tell you something. You would have thought the Queen of England was staying there. They were tripping over themselves for us.
Really?
Tripping. Anything we wanted.
Yeah. Well, that's I was writing
was
a
nice.
joke on that. What is this? I think you made him. What did Solano just say? You know, I want to be known.
10 for a 1.
That's not true. You went away with me. He went away with me to Florida. He knows I'm a big tipper. My wife tips everybody.
By the way, so
Not doing
it's great.
We're not
It-
doing anything. Come in whenever you want.
Everything's fine. It's great. Listen, you said hello to Salerno, but we said a long time ago, because I know you guys really can't see. We've got some of our regular viewers on, of course. Pat McDonald, always boom. It's Johnny
Pat.
Plug time.
I love
First
it.
one in. We've got Cindy Sebo is on from.
Hey, Cindy.
It Is What It Is on Strong Island Television.
Yes.
Our buddy John Salerno, JP, is on tonight. So we've
Excellent.
got a lot of our regulars, and of course, all the guys from Suffolk County PD are going to be watching tonight to see 2 of our guests. So thank you, everyone, for watching every week.
All right. We'll see you in an hour.
Yeah.
We'll see you in an hour, Butch.
Sure.
So I think I told you this last week, but it was very hard to communicate with you guys. I was on my vacation. It was after 8 o'clock at night. I was tired because we were going to bed
That's
early.
you tired?
Well, I was up early. Yes.
You have so much energy, even tired.
Oh, thank you. That's what I've been told. Thank you to Homeland Security Investigations. Yesterday, I taught a class over there. They're coming to the show tomorrow night to see Saturday to see Roseanne in Newark. Comedy Therapy will be there on Saturday.
Very
Tickets
exciting.
still available. Yeah.
Very exciting. I'm excited.
We're opening up a
We're
new
getting a
comedy
road
club.
trip.
Left a road trip in my car. We don't have that much room. Santo is on the top of the car. We got some bungee cords for Santo.
Are we bringing
He's back.
Here he is again.
Okay. I am again. Alex, you can throw that up. That's good.
What is he throwing up?
the poster?
Yeah, Alex, do you have all my flyers there? We might as well go through the flyers quick. Comedy Therapy, February 4th in Newark, New Jersey. Tickets still available. Go on the website for all these if you want tickets. You got anything else, Alex, back there? February 7th, Shore House, Long Beach. Your daughter's on that show, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Les Deegan, great show. Free show. 210. We are sold out, basically. Cat 6, a fundraiser. This family's child has a rare childhood disease, Cat 6. We are sold out. May be able to get a few more tickets. Message me. March 15th, Stand Up New York. International Business Development Professionals supporting a show, throwing some money to Laughter Saves Lives.
Nice.
331 American Legion Post, 1424 Forest Hills. doing a fundraiser for.
You're the only one on that show?
I am the only one on this show. I am singing and dancing and doing some juggling. No, I'm hiring more comics for that. Hiring more comics. 427, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society back in Belmore at the Loft. And 5-6, we're in Arlington, New Jersey, Antique Fire Truck Association. And in June, we are in York, Pennsylvania. Go on the website.
Wow.
Go on the website. We got a lot of shows coming up.
Busy.
Roseanne's on a few of them.
Good.
Right? Good, she says. Should we break? I don't even know what time it is because I can't see a clock.
Oh, we had a clock
No,
right
you're
there.
good. You've got 5 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, good. There's so much more I
So
want to talk about.
I'll just nonchalantly say, Alex, the tablet went to sleep and we can't see the
Yeah,
clock.
we can't see any
so
clock.
we have to take it off of
You know what happened here that when I was away?
the whole
We
place
lost
changed.
the studio. You know, Alex is throwing microphones at me.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, I spoke about this last week. And I want to talk to you about. I want you. You're in good shape. I know you work out. We want to do shows next year to Texas. We're coming to Texas, John.
Yeah, I'm
We're
going to
definitely coming to
Texas.
Texas. We want to do shows next year in Florida. I'm working on a number of shows. Now that I was in Key Largo, I want to bike from Miami to Key West, 120 miles. I want to stop
Without stopping?
No.
Oh.
This is going to be over a 4-day period, I think.
Oh, I'll do that.
I knew you would say yes. And we're going to stop. We're going to do some shows. I'm going to try to plan it where we stop at a hotel during the day, little nap, little pool, so we're not riding during the hot times of the day.
That's good.
I know you think I'm crazy, people, but I know I'm getting older, but the views are amazing.
I'll have to get one of those like belts
I
that
thought you were
holds
saying-
the belts that hold the
You got to have
for
things.
drink- but I'm going to put wine in mine.
That's fine. But also realize we're going to have a car following us. You know, we're going to have Pat Maroney in a car, I think. Yeah. So he'll be cooking meals for us along the way. I stopped by my honeymoon place where my wife and I had a honeymoon.
Really?
Hawks Cay in Marathon, which is Ducks Key, but it's right next door to Marathon. They would not let us out in the back to see the place because we didn't have we weren't staying there.
Oh, come on. You
So
got married.
So I went up to the guy, did the fireman thing.
Did
you
you
know.
bada bing him?
I know. I should have,
You should
right?
have bada binged him. You pull a 20 out,
But they
all of a
ultimately
sudden
let
you're
us
in the
back.
back.
It was
Oh,
it was very romantic.
Aw.
But yeah, my wife looked back and she said, "This is where it all started." Ugh.
She did not.
She made it.
She may have gone,
Yeah, I'm hard to travel with, Roseanne. I am because I want to keep. We played pickleball.
oh,
Played a lot of pickleball. Me and Leo. My brother-in-law went. He's a butcher. Thank God he was there. We went.
thank God he was
A
there.
lot
What,
of
did he
this-
have to cut meat?
No,
Oh.
he did barbecue and did a wonderful job. Wonderful. He you know, I like to shop. I like to shop.
I love to shop.
And out there they had Publix and they had, what was the fun one that I was saying all last week?
Wawa?
No. I can't remember the name of it now. It was so much fun saying the name. But I did a lot of shopping and they have a lot of roosters walking around out there.
Really?
Did you know that?
I did not.
Now you do.
Now I do. Thank God.
A lot of
because
roosters.
That could show up on a trivia
So-
question.
I went to church. I told the story last week. I know I'm repeating myself, but I went to church with Paula on Sunday. Beautiful church. And as we're walking up, this rooster comes flying out of the bush. Not flying, running out of the bush. And I jumped.
Did you scream like a girl?
I screamed. That's how I scream my comedy act. I do a bit. Scream like a 9-year-old girl who just saw a spider on a big, and I say something that I can't say here, I guess. But I screamed and cussed as I was walking into church.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but it was a fun trip. Yeah, that's really all I have to talk about
Well,
for the
that's good.
trip.
I
Anything you want to bring up?
I do. I want to share that as of tomorrow, I have 93 days of work left. Forever.
93 days, an assistant principal. She does a great job from what I understand. I've never been in any of her classes.
Just because I told you I did a great job.
She does a great job, but I can tell what kind of person she is. Strong, strict, but fair.
I am.
And fun.
I am fun.
Some of the students, I'm sure, think you're fun. The
They
ones
do.
that behave.
Even the ones that are bad, they come
Yeah.
back and see me years later and they're like, remember when I got in trouble?
And you put me in my place.
You were no joke, miss.
Miss. I love that, Miss.
Miss.
Oh, I have a funny story from yesterday from Homeland. I got there early. 12 o'clock class in Newark. What time do you leave for that? You're going to hit traffic.
7.
I left at 6.
Okay.
Got there very early. So I went to ShopRite to buy my lunch. Yeah, because I was sick of paying $50, $40 in freaking Florida. So now I'm like back to reality. Let me go in there. And I get to the register. And you know how some of the stores have the card? So I said to the lady, I said, excuse me, I don't have a card. I'm from out of town. Can you put a card through for me? I only have one card. I said, okay, thank you. So now I'm trying to do the machine and she comes over. I swear to you, she pushes me out of the way. And she goes, no, ba, 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 ba. She goes, you put in avocados, a whole bag. You only bought 2. All right, now I'm trying to figure it out. I go back, I'm trying to figure it out. I swear to you, I'm doing my hand. Good. You're touching the screen with the numbers. She goes like this. Right? And she says, no. So she finishes it for me. And she goes, do you shop here all the time? I go, no, but if I come back, I'm going to see you. Thank you so much. And she smiled. You know, it was that kind of person that you know has a sense of humor, really doesn't like their job. And I said, I'm back in New York.
Yeah.
You know, that would never happen when I was in
the
Florida.
minute it happens.
Yeah, we're breaking. Isn't there a more professional way to say go to break than you coming on?
Yeah, you knowing what time it is and taking a break.
I don't know. Bobby, he took the clock away.
Okay.
Battery died.
Oh.
Battery died.
John, say this. Hey, Bobby, let's go to break.
Hey, Bobby. Hey, Alex. Can I say, hey, Alex, let's go to break?
Sure.
I told you, since Alex is here.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be
so we have 45.
Since Alex is here, Alex is wonderful, right, Bobby? Since Alex is here, all Bobby does is walk around. He's text messaging. He's looking at videos.
John,
everything.
Go ahead, say it now.
Like I say to Bobby, hey, Bobby, we're going to break. And he like just says, yeah, what does that mean? We're going to break.
Thank you.
If you spent time downtown on 9/11 or in the 8 months after, you were exposed to toxic air and may be eligible for compensation from the $10 billion 9/11 Victim Fund. But most people who qualify still haven't claimed what they're entitled to.
I worked downtown. I didn't die. I was an office worker. I felt like there were others who deserved the money more than I did.
A major reason people haven't claimed the money they're due is guilt. They feel guilty claiming funds when others died or were first responders.
I heard there were 9/11 funds, but because I wasn't a first responder, I did not apply.
You do not have to be a first responder to qualify. This fund was created for everyone who worked, lived, or attended school south of Canal Street, who may have experienced or have experienced respiratory illness or any of the 68 cancers linked to the toxins. Even if you have a family history of cancer, there is a presumption linking most cancers to the toxins.
I thought it was too late to make a claim. My spouse worked downtown at a bank and died of cancer. Honestly, I just haven't felt up to it.
The government's $10 billion Victim Fund and Health Program have been permanently extended. You just need to have been below Canal Street on 9/11 or at any time in the following 8 months. To see if you qualify, call or go to 911fund.com to speak to a representative of Barasch and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
There are many reasons people who are eligible for compensation are not stepping up to claim it. To those who are holding back, I would say just take the first step. Ask for help. Make the call. It's not too late.
I called and I qualified.
I qualify.
I qualify.
Millions of dollars remain unclaimed. You do not have to be seriously ill to qualify.
I go, oh, that's a big. Hey, we're back.
Hey.
We're back. I wanted to thank Peter Bales and Jackie the Joke Man for having Rich Walker and I on yesterday on their podcast. Rich is so tired he couldn't make it tonight. You know, he only could do one show a week. So Roseanne had to come in tonight.
One show. It's like one show a month.
You one show a month. He gets tired. All right, we're going to bring in our next two guests. These guys, are unbelievable. I don't know what we're going to. I mean, I know we're going to talk about.
Yeah, that is quite a biography.
Let's bring out two fine gentlemen, police officers, Brian Mastrangelo and Jamie Atkinson. I messed up Brian's name. Brian, say your name again for me.
Brian Mastrangelo.
And I'm Italian, and Butch always yells at me, but I wasn't brought up, Italian. You know what I mean? My dad didn't speak Italian. My grandfather did, but he didn't speak it around us. So, hello, guys.
Hello.
What's going on? Thanks for having us, John.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me? This is an honor. This is our we should have a little bing bing hero segment. Bang, bing, bada bing, bada bing. This is our hero segment. You guys are our heroes for the night. We always like to have on heroes. And I can tell you this, we've had on Lou Gossett Jr. We've had on some other stuff. You guys are the guests that are the true stars to me. You're out there doing it every day. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, John. But I can't take the title hero. But we're about to talk about one. So continue on. But I'd like what we discussed. That's the hero that we're out here.
I know we're all the same. But you are on our hero segment, so you have to take the title tonight for us. Do it for us. All right. So I just wanted to go through a few things. Like I said before, I'm running around with my dad, who's a veteran, trying to get some VA stuff for him the last few days. I taught the class for Homeland Security yesterday, and I was lax. And I said, Bush, I should have said, send me some key points. Send me the bios. I'm changing the printer paper. The things are coming out. I'm like, holy crap. So let me start with Jamie. I was looking at your bio, a few things that I graduated from the NYPD Police Academy and the Connecticut State Police Certification to become a New York State MTA police officer, NYPD in Los Angeles. You're certified in homicide investigations. To me, it sounds like you're in the witness protection program more than law enforcement.
I wish.
Tell me about all of this. Tell me about where you started and what all these certifications mean.
So I got on a job early, young, at 20 years old. Went through the NYPD Police Academy. Then when I graduated NYPD Police Academy, I had to go through a modified Connecticut State Police Academy. And then you go through an MTA modified academy, and then you go on patrol like every other police officer, but we patrol a large geographical area. So
wait, go back. Why did you get this Connecticut certification?
Because we do Metro North, Long Island Railroad, Staten Island Rapid Transit. So
I'm sorry. So you went from NYPD to Metro North?
MTA Police, yeah.
MTA Police. Okay, now I got it. Now, where does the Los Angeles certification come in?
So they had a program where we took classes. Some took ours and we took theirs, kind of a exchange program. So I went to their homicide school. I went to NYPD's homicide school. And then Nassau County's BCI, which is like Bureau of Criminal Investigations certification.
When I taught all around the country, okay, for Homeland Security, for a few different companies, and you look at me and you go, he's an idiot. How did he teach all these guys? But I got away with it, all right? I learn more when I teach. And I always tell guys in my classes, if you want to learn, teach. Because you have no choice. But if you don't know something, you got to look it up.
Well, you'll get called out.
What's that?
You'll get called out by somebody in the class, too.
Oh, yeah. The worst thing to do is try to BS the class.
Yeah.
If I don't know something, I'll say to the guys, I don't know, but I'll find out. And I'll call somebody, we'll Google it in the class, whatever it is. So when you say you're cross-trained, I learned stuff from other hazmat teams around the country by teaching that I brought back to the FDNY. Simple things like, when you fix a toilet bowl, the bottom you have that plumber's seal, whatever it's called. There's a funny name for it. I brought that back because they were using that to seal fuel tanks on trucks if there was a leak on the highway to get them back to the shop. So I brought that back to the FDNY, and I learned that, I think, from Arizona or something, Let me hit Brian up for a second. Another freaking awesome, impressive resume. What I noticed about yours here, which kind of made me chuckle a little bit, you're an expert pistol award and expert rifle award you got. USCG, United States Coast Guard, right?
Where did this guy get these resumes?
What? Is this wrong?
No, you're right.
Oh, okay. USCG Meritorious Unit Award, Global on Terrorism Medal, and in here is a Good Conduct Award. Like, you have all these other things, and he's a good boy too, you know?
Well, he's probably getting that since kindergarten if he got it now.
Yeah,
as an
yeah.
adult.
Tell us about how you started to get into the industry. A little bit about your background.
So, when I was a young kid, I went right into the service, right into the Coast Guard when I was 17, active duty, because I knew just at that time college wasn't for me. We moved forward, and then that just brought me into the 24 years now. And then there's the police department that I got into from there. So, the training continues and whatnot, and the good stuff, the good conducts, the awards you're talking about, they come. But John, no one likes talking about themselves.
I know, but I find this stuff so impressive. All this stuff you like. When I was on the fire department, they would walk around and there would be guys with medals, hanging down like 40 medals, and I had like 2 medals. I had one because I did something with the group. I had my the one I'm most proud of, the World Trade Center medal, but I had like 2 medals, and I was like, I don't even want to wear them because this way I'd have an excuse. I go, oh, that jacket's at home. I left it at home or whatever. You walking next to somebody with 25 medals. Very impressive.
John, through life, like it's like one door opens the next, and that's how we get everywhere, and all of our training and career paths. But like the best door that was open for me is what we're going to talk about, the Lieutenant Michael Murphy Navy SEAL Museum that you're going to bring in.
Yes.
I am here, by the way, drinking a Murph brew.
Okay.
Here by the Brickhouse Brewery in Patchogue. Thanks, Dan.
Right.
But so go ahead.
How much did they pay you for that you had to show their beer?
Yeah.
Saves lives.
Unfortunately, it's not sold. It's not on the shelves. It's an event at a time.
Do you have any questions?
Well, no. He's talking about Michael Murphy, and I just know that name not only because of Navy SEAL and all, but I run the race that they have.
All right, so
you run in the race.
I run in the race.
Let me expand on it a little bit because, and before I talk about it, because I'm a board member for this museum, and so is Jamie. That's how we kind of got brought into it.
Where is the museum located?
So the museum is located in West Sayville.
Okay.
There's our logo. Before I even start about it, and I'll be quick because I know time is limited, but 10 minutes of us talking about it will not do this place justice. Right. You have to go there. You have to come down. It's the second Navy SEAL museum in the country. The National Museum is down in Fort Pierce, Florida. Up here, though, we call it Mike's house. Mom, Dad, brother John, they're all involved. They're very involved because he's a local hero, a Navy SEAL, Medal of Honor recipient. And if you haven't, you've seen the movie Lone Survivor. There's a whole story on Michael. He's pretty popular. The Murph Challenge every year we do. But my involvement was from the Coast Guard, the police, and I kind of got involved back in West Sayville. It started with the youth program, the Navy Sea Cadets, which is a national youth program. It was the Michael Murphy Division. And then the family comes down, and then we just kick around ideas about building a museum. We named it the Lieutenant Michael Murphy Museum. I was there for the groundbreaking. So, you're sitting there digging a shovel in the ground saying, wait, this is not going to happen. Like, how is this going to happen? And then before you know it, last year in June 2022, we had the grand opening and we commissioned an $8 million about state-of-the-art Navy SEAL museum. And it was just wild. We had Fox News, Brian Kilmeade was down there. He had it on that morning show. So now we're open. We're just kind of getting off our feet. We're running. It's going great. And I just want to talk about Murph's family. You have Mom, who's very involved. You have brother John.
Hey, Brian.
Brian, go.
Slow down. You're good. You got plenty of time. We're not cutting you off.
All right.
Slow down and talk about the museum.
I thought we were being cut off.
No, you're good. Go.
We're going to cut Butch off, but not you.
Yeah. Okay. So they will tell Mike's story the best. If you come down to the museum, you can get Dad is probably there just about every day. We have veteran discounts. We got a fully stocked store. We have a ride for kids. It's a SEAL adventure ride. We're open it's Tuesday through Sunday, closed Mondays. And then keep an eye on our website. We're having some events this year. It'll be our first Murph Challenge that most people have, well, they know about it. I don't know if they've done it. It's a pretty intense workout. I tried it, did half a Murph once. The run around, we're going to have that Memorial Day weekend, the run around Lake Ronkonkoma that you run, Roseanne.
Mm-hmm.
Can I walk it? Can I walk it, or do I have to run it?
You can walk it.
You can walk it. Yep.
All right.
We have a golf outing in June, which is tough, but we have, you reach out and we'll see what we can do as far as getting you in there. The Ohika Castle, the gala we have in September 14th, and that's big. Admiral McCraven, the Make Your Bed speech. He was our guest keynote speaker last year, and then Rob O'Neill and Marcus Luttrell, all of the VIP veterans came down. But I just yeah. So
Hey, Brian, can I just interrupt you 1 second? Jamie, do you want to add anything to that? What you said that maybe he missed something?
Well, I think one thing that that the Navy SEAL Museum brings really is that Suffolk County has one of the largest veteran populations in the United States.
It does.
And it's fitting that Mike's house is located right here in West Sable. It's like a little gem. It's an amazing community with a beautiful town. And it really projects Mike's legacy. His motto is education will set you free. And you have a lot of kids that come and they, come to the museum and they get to experience kind of a little taste for what it is to serve, to be selfless, to dedicate, your life to service to others. And I think it's really a important part of our society right now, where kids can see that they can serve, and it's not just about them. It's about others, about our freedoms. It's about really, learning discipline, and coming down to seeing history. And I think we lose a lot of that with the way politics are going and everything is going in the world. Sometimes you get a lot of negative stuff, and to have that gem so close in our community, it actually brought our community really close together.
Yeah.
I mean, it really rallied everyone together to build it. I mean, it took a lot for these guys to build it.
Yeah.
It took a lot of donations from businesses and partnerships and our community all working together for one goal, and that was to continue Mike's legacy. So when people walk through those doors and they experience it, they leave, and it actually increased the amount of kids that we have that go into the military service.
Right.
From our area. I mean,
do you have, or do you plan to have any educational programs for kids?
Yeah, so we have, Brian can speak to it. We have libraries that come, we have schools. I think we're up to 30 libraries that sign up with us, that come into the schools. They do tours.
Yep.
And every time they leave there, they leave with that just sense that they feel like they can bring that legacy of Mike on, and they continue on to serve. And everywhere these young men and women go to serve overseas, they always, send us pictures back. We just had the Army-Navy game, and a group of 10 Sable alumni took a photo, and they were in all different branches of the military. And they sent in saying that, hey, you know what?
That's great.
And we're coming up with a Murph Foundation scholarship program as well. So that's another great thing for the schools.
Yeah, we just started a scholarship, which is amazing. It's $250,000 in scholarships.
Wow.
I tell you, I am blown away by this. And, we always want to try to do something at Laughter Saves Lives, a donation or whatever, in memory of my guys that were lost on 9/11. What can we do, or the average person do? Where can they find a place to help? Put it that way.
Well, you can reach out to us through either email or social media, and we do accept volunteers as far as that goes. But then all of our events, we're always looking for people to help.
I mean, obviously monetary helps, right? Because money makes us operate, right? We all have an operating budget, and we don't charge a lot to come in to the museum. So how you can monetary give is you go to our website, and there's a donation button. And we also accept reoccurring donations through PayPal. So if someone wanted to, almost like they do for Tunnels of Towers or for any of those type of organizations.
What is the website?
It's murphsealmuseum.org, www.murphsealmuseum.org.
And if you just Google Michael Murphy Museum, it automatically comes up as the first.
Right.
And this museum was built on zero tax dollars. This was all community, like Jamie mentioned. Business, too many businesses to mention, too many contractors to mention.
Right.
But that's how it was built, and that just gives you a sense of patriotism right there, that the community put this place up, obviously under Michael's legacy. You know,
I think it's important. It's important to understand that everyone pays it forward that comes into the museum. And everyone that joined us in this partnership of building that museum paid it forward. They donated everything from the air duct, the HVAC system, to the floors, to the walls, to the sheetrock. I mean, oh, this little Gio.
Yeah.
What do we got? What do we got, Brian?
This is our newest recruit. We got him into the Coast Guard also because I don't know if you guys know the military has a little bit of a retention and recruitment struggle right now. So we signed him up. He's all good to go. There he is. He's fantastic.
How we doing on time here, guys? Because 20 minutes. We're 20 minutes into the show. Is that
yes. 35 minutes.
35 minutes into the show. All right, so I guess we're gonna wrap it up with you guys because we could. I mean, there's so much on here. We could talk all night. Give the website again.
Come visit us.
Yes.
Come down to the museum, check it out. Come see the store. You got to really see it to get the feel for it.
I know. We're definitely going to be in touch. We're going to talk more. I will come down. I would like to do the walk also in the race.
John, come film your show from the museum. I don't know if it's possible, but you can give a walking tour of it one day. It's up to you. But
we could do a video. Definitely do a video.
Do a segment.
Yeah, we could do a segment. Yeah. Definitely.
Right. And then obviously I do want to do a shout out to the police department, the Suffolk County Police Department, and specifically those the highway patrol officers. They have a very dangerous job. If you're ever cruising on the highways at 55 miles per hour and you see them on the side of the road, give them a little space, do the move over. But
yes,
they're out there keeping you safe.
And I'll give you guys a
shout out to them
because you guys support us, and without you supporting us and bringing attention to programs such as the Murphy Museum and 9/11 and World Trade Center programs, it really goes a long way, that whole education and outreach. So we appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for taking the time.
One more time, real quickly, Jamie, website, one more time.
www.murphsealmuseum.org. MURPH, murphsealmuseum.org.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us.
We'll be back. We're going to break.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Rossi.
And I'm Arthur Lee, the creator of LifeVac.
We're here today to announce that to date, LifeVac has saved hundreds of lives of people who almost died due to choking.
People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of those lives is a child. That's why I created LifeVac.
And as a new mom, and from housewife to housewife, I felt compelled to share with you the discovery of this life-saving device.
LifeVac is a simple-to-use airway clearance device. Just place, push, and pull to save a life.
And it costs less than it would take to fill up your car with a tank of gas. Imagine being able to save a life for less than $70.
To learn more, please visit lifevac.net.
That's LIFEVAC.net.
Please don't allow one of your loved ones to become the victim of a choking accident.
Oh no.
Hey, I think we're
back.
back.
Yes, we are. I was
Looks
just
like we're back.
looking up the date again for the June 24th is the Michael Murphy.
That's not Memorial Day weekend.
Run around the lake. I know.
June 24th? Oh,
Yeah.
all right. June 24th, run around the lake if you want to join Roseanne and I. We're going to bring in our next guest, an interesting young man with an interesting resume that I'm turning to now. Give me a second because I should have had it ready. Bill Cote, I should say. Bill, bring him on. Bring him on. Bill, what's doing, Mr.
How you doing?
I got it.
Hey, not much. What's going on? How was your trip down to Florida?
It was good, my friend. It was good. First of all, thank you for being an avid follower of the Laughter Saves Lives Foundation and Comedy Tour and Laughter Saves Lives Live. We really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, for bringing me on. It's quite an honor.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while, having you on, and I apologize it took so long. Bill he's a retired professional EMT, 24 years in EMT in Northeast Pennsylvania. He also was a Station 48 Citizen Fire Company Mahoney City, PA.
Station 48. I worked for Station 48 in Monterey City, PA.
Right.
And that great bunch of guys there. I also worked in the city of Scranton. I worked all around for a period of 22 years. That I worked as an EMT, but I'm also a volunteer firefighter for the last 17 years.
So Bill has been talking to me about this poem he wrote. Tell us a little bit about the poem.
You there?
Bill. Tell us a little bit about why you wrote this poem and what inspired you to write it.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you want to talk to you about what I'm about to read or what?
Well, before you read it, tell me what inspired
You're coming
you
in kind of bad.
You can't hear us?
Yeah, you're kind of botching in and out.
All right. If you want to just read the poem, that's fine too. You want to just read it?
Okay, that's fine. Just give you a little background on this poem. Yeah, well, first I'm going to give you a little background on this poem.
Good.
I first wrote this poem. This poem was inspired from a gentleman that actually was at the pile with you all back in 9/11 with his canine. And he sent me his book, and he asked me if I would write another poem for him. And I did. And this is what I came up with. And I wrote this poem sitting in Battery Park looking at Lady Liberty on the 1st of January of last year. And then I found my editor and publisher, Local Gems Publishing out of Long Island, and they were the ones that published it. So I like to go ahead and thank my editor, James Wagner, with Local Gems Poetry Press out of Long Island, for his diligence and his professionalism. And I made my debut on February 26th of this year. Later on this past May, I was invited to bring my work to the National 911 Memorial there in New York City, and they have a copy of this poem right now, and enjoying many other artists they have there. Okay, so I mean, here, as far as the poem goes, it's called for humanity. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, a call for humanity. It's onto amber light do we see. I am for you as you are for me. As we gaze into the sun above, a set of planes collide into an architectural marvel of the Twin Towers that once stood aside. Citizens are stunned in disbelief, overwhelmed with sheer terror. It's difficult to comprehend. People scatter. Pandora's box has been opened. The Twin Towers lay in ruin. Human beings lay entombed below as enormous shouts and cries for help is heard. Sounds of sirens begin to blare. A call for humanity is at their feet. As our tattered flag stands tall, we wave sightings of our human remains as if they lay in piecemeal, mixed with red ash, only to be placed in black vinyl. Riddled in scorched paper, financial paper, as it floats on top of their heads, you may ask, where do you begin? The answer became clear as if a flawless diamond. They begin their descent, searching for a victim of this 9/11. With our hands placed across our chest, we pledge our allegiance to our nation's citizens. For it once was said, and so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. We serve our nation. For our canine partners, our golden retriever leads the way. Every step through mounds of red ash, unparalleled terrain. For every scratch of his foot, every hint of human remains. Osseo, find the baby. Day becomes night. As night becomes months, erected high above in the debris, steel cables and pulleys are spread, sightings of bear being whisked far above our heads. So many have perished from a cowardly act. We will not yield to terror. As we walk into the shadow, let there be light. We fear no evil as we weep for our fallen. Yet so many remain in a fight, as others are filled with a certain degree of carcinogen. We salute the FDNY 343 and NYPD. Help us recover. Memories. time spent in leisure, frolicking in the water of eastern shorelines, playing with the children, times of visiting the local deli. Oh, how Bear loved his roast beef. Let us celebrate man's best friend. For father and mother, honey, we pay our loving devotions. Your child, now and forever, lays with the FDNY. Let us invite the United Nations. Service to all, so others may live. We will never forget Anteros.
Bill, thank you so much. I know how much this meant to you to read this
I
poem.
took that.
I know where that you're in a facility nursing home, that you're going through some health issues. We wish you the best of luck. Keep us posted on how you're doing, and we hope to talk to you soon, my friend. Thank you, Bill.
All right, my friend. Take care.
We'll talk to you soon. You know, if bring Jeff on. Bring Jeff on. We're not going to go to commercial because I don't want to take time away from Jeff Butch, if that's all right. We're not going to go to break. Hey, Jeff. Let me say this. If you know anybody who is in a nursing home who doesn't get visitors, okay, it's important to do that. My dad is going through a rough time right now. He has family. He has there are people who don't. And this gentleman who's in a nursing home, who's been trying to get on the show for months, that was important to him to read that poem. And that meant the world to him to do that. And I'm so glad we were able to fit him in tonight. So great job, Bill, and we wish you the best.
That was great.
And we bring in our buddy Jeff Goldberg, who's going to say, thanks, John. How do I follow that? And I apologize. We were going to go to a commercial, but a break commercial. I don't want to take that time away from you. So we're going to bring you right in, and we're going to do our best to dance into some funny here. How are you, my friend?
I'm depressed, Mr. LaRocchia. Can I tell you why?
Yes.
Well, because you had on Jamie and Brian, these heroes, police officers, Navy SEALs, and now I get to come on and I tell stupid stories to try to make people laugh.
Well, don't belittle that, because it's important to laugh. You know, it's important to laugh. And I worked with you that one night and you made me laugh. And above that, you're taking a show that you're producing and turning it over one night next week to Laughter Saves Lives, to show some recognition to us. So we really appreciate that.
We're going to have a great time. I'm also depressed that I'm not in studio tonight because I didn't know you were so good with the bada bing. I would have carried your bags right out to your car later.
Well, I'm not great with the bada bing. I was on vacation. As soon as I came home, that left me. You know what I mean?
Well,
I
also,
realized how much I spent.
Also, I think I'd like to meet Roseanne. This is the first time. And, you know, when you described her, you said she's strong and strict. That sounds like a dominatrix to me, and that's my kind of gal.
Well, yeah, I have never asked that question, and I don't think I'm going to.
By the way, John, I have a goal for tonight.
Yes.
The goal is to not get interrupted by Butch.
You're going to fail miserably. You are going to fail miserably. 1, 2, 3. Bada bing! There he comes. All right. So what else is going on, Jeff?
I'm working. I'm playing. I'm trying to get ahead. I'm watching my kids grow up. Trying to get booked in every comedy club in the country and be as a.
Somebody say my name.
There it is.
Already a loser. I'm dating. You know, I'm ancient. I'm older than dirt. By the way, it's very close to my bedtime, so that's depressing me too.
Me too.
And at my age, dating, it's a freaking nightmare. I go out on a lot of blind dates, John and Roseanne. You don't look blind, but you look good. I get set up constantly. I don't know why. I guess misery loves company. Yeah. Can I tell you about a blind date I went on?
Absolutely.
Please.
Yeah.
So I once went on a blind date with a woman. She shows up at the restaurant with her dog in her purse.
Okay.
Her dog's in her purse. Now, I love dogs, so I didn't care until she ordered the lobster for herself and a steak for the dog. And I actually said to her, yeah. I said, honey, not for nothing, but you're feeding that dog a $65 filet mignon. Her response, what'd you want me to feed him? The last date we went on, he got sick from the lobster. Just my luck. Want to hear about another one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I once went out with a woman and I thought I was doing really well because she was winking at me. Turned out she just had a bad facial twitch.
Oh.
Now, I figured I'm no prize. So I called her the next day to ask her out again. Before I could get the first words out of my mouth, she goes, Jeff, you seem like a nice guy, but you're a 67-year-old pot-smoking wannabe stand-up comedian paying child support for 3 kids. I'm going to take a pass. Oof. That it's so close to home that I developed a twitch. I could go on and on.
Are you really 67?
I really am.
He looks amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Drugs and alcohol keep me young, my friend.
The secret.
Yeah.
Better living through chemistry.
Exactly right. Plus, I can't remember a damn thing. I was in sales for most of my career. I don't know if you know that, John, but most of my career was spent in sales. And one of the things about sales is that you're supposed to be good at remembering people's names, but I'm great with faces, can't remember people's names at all. But I actually have a trick that you can use, and I can teach it to you and your audience.
I'd like that.
When you can't remember somebody's name and you're talking to them, just say, I'm sorry, what's your name again? And usually they'll go, my name is Bob. And then you go, no, I know your first name. What's your last name? I actually had this happen to me recently. I can give you an example. I was in the city about to do a gig, and I'm walking through Times Square, and a guy comes running up to me and goes, Jeff. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? That's my big, instead of saying, hey, how you doing? And we're talking for a while. I'm going, I know this guy, just can't remember his name. And we're about 10 minutes into the conversation. I'm about to leave. And I go, I'm so sorry. What's your name again? And he goes, Dave. And I go, no, I know your first name. What's your last name? And he goes, Chappelle.
I used to do a thing like that when I was single because, and me even now, I'll ask somebody their name to be a gentleman, but I'm not really paying attention because I'm thinking of the next thing that I want to say, right? So I'd be in the middle of a conversation and say, hey, what do your friends call you? Right? That's a good line, right?
That is
nice.
And somebody said to me, same thing.
Oh, God.
Same thing.
Same
I'm
thing.
like, oh, no.
A good way to remember a name is when you meet somebody, they say, Roseanne, this is Jeff. And you say, hi, Jeff. Nice to meet you. So you say their name.
Right.
So you can remember it.
I try to do it where, like, your name is Roseanne. I'll say Roseanne Barr, like Roseanne Barr.
That's where you go?
No, I don't mean that you remind me of the person. I mean, I'll remember the next time when I see you, your name is Roseanne. Never mind. All right.
That's all right. When I thought Wayne Gacy. So, all right. We're even.
Yeah. You're supposed to say their name 3 times. Hi, John. Nice to meet you, John. It's a real pleasure, John. But it's never worked for me. Can't remember a damn thing. I think it was all the pot I smoked when I was in the, 15, 16 years old. And last night. Just kidding.
I was going to say, I wasn't buying that for a second.
So how was the comedy? You've been doing comedy only a short time, right?
Yes, sir. About a year and a half.
Comedy class?
I took 2 comedy classes, actually.
What's the first one you took?
I took John Truson's class over at Governor's.
Okay.
I took that one.
What was the second one you took?
Rich and Peter's class over at the Brokerage.
That's perfect because you take the first class to learn how to be funny, and then Rich shows you what's not funny so you can compare. That is so perfect.
John, I'm a big Rich Walker fan. I'm actually working with him right now. I'm writing a set all about selling because that's my expertise. For almost 50 years, I've been in sales and sales training and sales coaching before I got into comedy. And I'm writing a set strictly about sales that I plan to market to large organizations for their sales meetings. And
That's great.
I'd like to give up everything else I do and just do that.
What did you sell?
What did I sell? I started out with Encyclopedia Britannica. That's how old for those who were too young, those were books.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
I was knocking on doors, standing in airports, state fairs. That's right.
Wow.
I was selling $2,000 sets of books 40 years ago when their kids could go to the library and use them for free. It's a great education.
Wow.
I sold market research. I sold memberships in a barter club for business owners. You name it, I've pretty much sold it.
That's such a tough thing to do.
It is tough.
Like I sell laughter saves lives. I'm passionate about it. I kind of sell it, but I don't know. The rejection is, I mean, stand-up should be easy for you compared to sales, right?
Well, rejection's easy for me because look at this face, it doesn't do too well.
You have a nice face. Doesn't he have a nice
Jeff,
face?
you should have knocked on my door. I once bought a vacuum cleaner for $1,000 because I felt bad.
Did they come in and dump some dirt on your floor?
His whole spiel, and I was like, all right.
Look, I had some of the qualities that make a person more likely to succeed in sales, and I treated it like a career. I studied. I went to seminars and I read books. And Britannica, we can laugh at it, but they actually gave great training. And it's funny. I I was in an office with about 30 people, and I started with 2 other people at the same time. And you go through 2 weeks of training, then they send you out into the world over the weekend, and you come back on a Monday in a sales meeting, and the boss goes around the room. How many did you sell? How many did you sell? And they go through all the experienced guys first. I sold 3, I sold 2, I blanked, I sold 1. And they get to me, the very last person. I said, I sold 10. And every eye in the room turned to me, and the boss said, did you say you sold 10 sets? I said, yeah. Did I do something wrong? He goes, no, what did you do? I said, I'm too stupid to do anything else. I did exactly what I was trained to do. And that really is what I did. Exactly what they told me to do. I did it word for word.
It worked.
Wow.
Listen, Jeff, we have to get going.
It's nice to have an actual member of the tribe on the show. We've got all this spaghetti and sausage over here. It's nice to have an actual member of the tribe.
Well, Butch, next time I come on, I'll tell you about my blind date with a Nazi.
All right, guys, we got to go. We will see you next week. Thank you to our guests.
Saturday.
Newark, New Jersey. Go on the website.
Buy your tickets.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. Roseanne will be there. Me, Rich, John Santo. Butch is even gonna be there. He'll be popping in on the screen. He's not really gonna be there. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Leather gloves, we're slapping in hands, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, who's chasing the beer, the circle the lips, play ball, roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball.